Hello class, this is Mr. Cooper here. We are jumping into Module 2, Lesson 28, problem set, so let's go ahead and get to it. So let's look at number 1. It says, Ava is saving for a new computer that costs $1,218. She has already saved half of the money. Ava earns $14 per hour. How many hours must Ava work in order to save the rest of the money? So let's think of it this way. Here is the cost of the computer. So it's 1,000. Oh, I need a different color. $1,218, right? And that's the whole thing. That's how much the computer costs. I didn't do a very good job on getting that in the middle, but you get the idea right there, okay? Now this side is 1/2. This is what is saved. And that is exactly half. Okay? And so how many 14s, right, are going to fit in right here? Okay, that's what we're going to solve for right there. And now why am I saying how many 14s? Right, well, she makes $14 an hour. How many 14s will fit? So what I have to do first is find out how much she has saved. And I know whatever it is, it's half of this number. And then once I've found out what half of that number is, the other half, I got to figure out how many hours it's going to take for her to earn that money. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and pause the video and see if you can figure out how much money she already has saved. You're going to see how much money, see if you can figure out how much money she has saved. Go ahead and pause the video, and I'll have the answers pop up in 3, 2, 1. So I got the answer $609 as half. Now I divided by 2 because half means divided by 2, or two equal parts that add up to a whole. Okay, so I know that she has saved up. She's saved up half of 1,218, and that half is equal to 609. So how much she has saved right now is 609. That means that this other half over here is also 609, but this is what I need to figure out. How would I split that up into 14s? Now, why am I doing 14? Well, right here, I know that she makes $14 per hour, and we're solving how many hours. So I'm going to have you go ahead and pause this video and see if you can figure out how many 14s are going to fit into 609, and I'll have the answers pop up in 3, 2, 1. So I got the answer right here, 43.5, or 43 and a half. So 43 and a half what? Ava, we'd have an answer like this. Ava needs to work 43.5 or 43 and a half more hours. So that's just a little bit over 1 full week of work. All right, most people work 40 hours a week. Not everybody, but that's kind of considered the average. And so she needs to work 43 and a half more hours, making $14 an hour to make the other half that she needs to buy that computer. Kiss your brain if you got these parts right. And let's go ahead and move on to the next section. So number 2 says, Michael has a collection of 1,404 sports cards. He hopes to sell the collection in packs of 36 cards and make $633.75 when all the packs are sold. If each pack is priced the same, how much should Michael charge per pack? So I'll give you a few quick clues on what you need to be looking for, and then I'm going to release you to do it by yourself. So first thing it says is that you need to pay attention to is packs of 36 cards out of 1,404. So I got to figure out how many packs of 36 cards I can make out of that. Then, once I've done that, I need to figure out how much to charge per each pack, and I'm going to have to use that number right there. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and you're going to pause the video, and I want you to see if you can solve this by yourself, okay? And I'm going to have the answers pop up in 3, 2, 1. And we have the answers right here. So let's check it out. Like I said, right here I had to figure out how many packs of 36 we had. Okay, and that gave me 39 packs. And so once I know that I got 39 packs, I gotta take this money, right? And I'm looking right here. That's where I got that number from. I gotta take this money and divide it by the 39 packs. And that's going to give me $16.25 for each pack. If you did not get this answer, I want you to pause the video and check the work over here. Look and check and see where you got it wrong. Okay, and if you don't understand where you got it wrong, you need to come and ask Mr. Cooper. Just raise your hand and I'll come over and we'll talk about it. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and move on. So let's read number 3. Gymnasium, that's a clever name. Gymnasium is building a treehouse for his 2 daughters. What a nice dude. He cuts 12 pieces of wood from a board that is 128 inches long. He cuts 5 pieces that measure 15 and 75/100 inches each, and 7 pieces evenly cut from what is left. Jim calculates that, due to the width of his cutting blade, he will lose a total of 2 inches of wood after making all of the cuts. What is the length of each of the 7 pieces? Now, before I go into that, I'm going to explain what's happening for all of you wannabe carpenters out there. If you've got a piece of wood, right, and you're cutting it with a saw, I'll make this. This is the saw. These are the saw blade teeth. Okay. That saw has width. That saw, when it cuts, if I have, let's say that this is it's just a 1 each piece of wood, and I cut it right down exactly halfway in the middle. Well, I'm not going to have exactly 2.5 inches, right? I'm going to have just a little bit less than a half inch, because the part of the saw, however wide the saw is, that is going to be gone. It's going to be taken out. Now, saws are very thin because they have to be sharp to cut, but they still take up space. And what's happening in this word problem is he's saying that after he's cut these pieces of wood, I guess because he's got a fat saw blade, he's going to lose about 2 inches of the wood altogether by the time it's done. That's just a little explanation for you. So, since I'm such a nice dude, I'm going to help you out real quick. I'm going to get you started with this problem. So, let's think of this as the board right here that Jim is cutting on. Right? Now, it told us, where's my highlighter? That it's 128 inches long. So, I'm going to come down here. I know this is 128 inches. This whole thing, right? So I'll do, and what else do I know? Well, he cuts 5 pieces that measure, let me zoom in on this, cuts 5 pieces that measure 15.75 inches each, and 7 pieces evenly cut from what is left, right? So he cuts 12 pieces, right? Let's draw that real quick. So I'm going to cut that. Now it's 2. And then I'm going to cut fourths. And then I cut each fourth into 3 equal pieces. And that gives me All right. So let's check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cool. Now, they don't have to be perfect. Remember, some of the 5 pieces are one size that we know, and 7 pieces are a size that we don't. We don't know how big they are, right? So they're not all going to actually be even. So let's go ahead and look at what we know. We know it's 128 inches altogether, and then we know that we've lost what? 2 inches. When everything's done, when everything's cut, everything's said and done, there's going to be 2 inches taken off, right? And then we know that we've got some that are 15.75 inches, and we know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know that these all are going to be that length. What I don't know is the length of what's left, these 7 equal pieces. So I know right here from the 128 inches, I know that when it's all said and done, I've lost 2. So before I do anything, I got to do 128 minus 2. And that's going to give me 126 inches. Okay. Now, I've set everything up for you. You have everything that you need to know right here. I want you to try to do this problem by yourself the rest of the way. And then I'll resume. So go ahead and pause the video and try to do this by yourself. And then I'll have the answers pop up in 3, 2, 1. So here we have our answer. Each of the 7 pieces is 6 7/75 inches long. Right? So I did the first part for you. I did the 128 minus 2 equals 126. Then what we did was we take the 15.75 and we find out how long they are. Now it told us that it was 5 pieces right there. And so that gives me the answer of 78.75. Well, that gets me all of this. And what I want to know is these 7 pieces left over, how much are they? So I can take this number, which I did right here, and I want blue. I can subtract it from the 126, right? Remember that up here? That I started with, and that's going to give me the answer of 47.25, right? Which is all of this, what's left over in the 7 equal pieces. All together are going to be 47 25/100ths. So finally, I take that and I divide it by 7. Why? Because it's 7 pieces evenly cut, right? And that's going to give me the final answer of 6.75. So each of the 7 pieces is 6.75 inches long. Kiss your brain if you got that right. And we'll go ahead and if you don't understand what you did wrong, I want you to pause the video and check the answer. Check the work over here. And we'll talk. If you're not 100% sure what happened, go ahead and pause the video and come and talk with Mr. Cooper. Go ahead and pause this video if you didn't get it right. Find what you did wrong. And then if you can't figure it out, talk to me. Otherwise, let's keep moving on. So number 4. A load of bricks is twice as heavy as a load of sticks. The total weight of 4 loads of bricks and 4 loads of sticks is 771 kilograms. What is the total weight of 1 load of bricks and 3 loads of sticks? So I'll help you out by starting off with a picture of what this looks like. So you want to go ahead and pause this video and copy this down, and then resume the video when you've got it copied down. So go ahead and pause it in 3, 2, 1. So we got this diagram drawn. Now so let's look. A load of bricks is twice as heavy as a load of sticks. So notice how we got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these split in a little half, and they're bigger than these. There's 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But the bricks one is twice as big because the weight is twice as much. Over here, we have 771 kilograms. That's how much all of it is all together. All of the bricks and all of the sticks are together. Right? And so what it wants to know is, what is the total weight? Where's my pointer? What is the total weight of 1 load of bricks and 3 loads of sticks? So that's what's drawn over here. I got 1 load of bricks and 3 loads of sticks, right? I got 1 load of bricks. Now it's this one that's split in 2. That's showing me that this one is twice as much weight, but it is still 1 unit. So 1 unit of bricks and then 1, 2, 3 units of sticks. So what you're going to need to do is find out how much all of the units are together. How much is 1 unit? And then that is, you're going to have to figure out how many you need to times that by and go from there. So go ahead and pause the video, see if you can do this by yourself, and I'll have the answers pop up in 3, 2, 1. So here I got the answer for you. The weight of 1 brick load and 3 stick loads is 321 and 25 hundredths kilograms. So like I said, we know 771 kilograms all together, right? And I know that I've got 12 units, right? 12 units. And so I'm going to divide 771 divided by 12. And then I'm going to find that that's going to give me 64 and 25 hundredths of a unit, right? So each one of these units, if I look at, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Altogether, that's going to add up to 771, and when I divide it by 12, I find out how much each unit is by itself, and that's going to give you this number. Now, why did I do 5? It says 1 load of bricks and 3 loads of sticks. Well, remember, 1 load of bricks is twice as heavy. Twice as heavy! So this 1 load of bricks is actually, we're going to count it as 2, and that's why 2 plus 3 gives me 5. And when I times 64 and 25 hundredths times 5 units, which is what I did right here, that's going to give me 321 and 25 hundredths. Kiss your brain if you got that right. At this time, if you are done with your work, I want you to look at the board and see what Mr. Cooper has prepared for you. Do not start on the exit ticket, right? Don't do the exit ticket until we're all doing it together. Okay, so whatever I got up on the board, that's what you're going to do. And great job, and I'll catch you next time.